Traders all around the world. This is FXPassion broadcasting you live on YouTube, and this is Forex Trading Course 101. Hello, time to shine. How are you? And remember, we are trying to build a strategy and or a system. We are trying to learn the risk management rules, and we are trying to learn the psychology part, which is the big one. Hello, Miguel. And remember everybody, if this is your first time with us and if this is your first webinar, we are in the advanced module. This may be challenging for some of you, so if you don't quite understand what is happening, the why, the when and the how, please go back on Ducascopy YouTube webinar page and start to watch Forex Trading Course 101 starting from lesson 1. And remember, 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide. Hello, George. And the webinars are not trading or investment advice. The webinars are for educational purposes only. Either way, don't trade with money you cannot afford to lose, everybody. And for homeworks or questions, you have my Gmail contact, my Skype contact, and my LinkedIn contact. And remember, I have a 20 seconds delay on the chat. Now, that being said, let's dive into the live markets, and the topic today is what is your strategy, part 7. Okay, so if you want to check a currency pair, everybody, please type in the chat. In the meantime, I'm going to open Canada JPY daily chart. Okay, so we are in the advanced module. Every time we pass over a topic, we are talking about improving our strategy, Canada JPY daily chart. So we talked about crowns and crown reversals, and we talked about indicators and Canada JPY, right? So if you want to trade, everybody, with the indicators, okay, and I'm going to open Canada JPY, let me see if I have the 4-hour chart or the 2-hour chart. So if you want to implement the indicators, let me check the chart, Canada 4-hour, 2-hour chart, 2-hour chart maybe, and Euro GBP, let's close and let's put this 2-hour chart, right? And let's close the widget. Where is here? Disable. There you go. Okay, so this is Canada JPY, first the daily chart, everybody. And what is your strategy? Let's say that, remember, we are long on Canada JPY because of the weekly chart, even though our daily is down, right? So before I enter into a trade, everybody, I want to see, okay, this is a part of the strategy that I am using. And remember, maybe it's not the best, there is no right or wrong, okay, maybe my style is not going to help your style, okay, you should learn how to think. Okay, everybody, so what is my strategy on the daily chart? Okay, and again, you can reject what we are teaching you, you can accept, you can make it your own, right? Trade what you see. Your strategy should be easy to understand, easy to execute, and easy to obey. So before entering, I want to see, okay, number 1, crown on the daily chart, 2, MACD, 3, Stohastic, and number 4, EMA cross on the 2-hour chart, same Fibonacci. Okay, so if you want to use, we learned about crowns, and lastly we learned about indicators. Okay, so for me, where is the entry? Well, this is the daily Fibonacci, right? and I want to see a crown, so, or a crown reversal, of course, and the crown reversal happened here. One, so left tip, center tip, right tip, right? Okay, and again I need to see the MACD moving, and I want to see the stochastic moving, right? And we learned about the crowns. We are not going to enter, we are going to enter on the Fibonacci, right? And of course, what am I missing? Of course, I'm missing the stochastic tree. Number 4 would be CF, stands for candlestick formation, but the most important is I'm going to use EMA cross on the 2-hour chart. Okay, so this is a strategy, and we can check any currency pair if you want, everybody. Okay, now crown on the daily chart, check, we have it. Let's color code this in red, right? Okay, stochastic, well, it's a no, right? Stochastic was in the overbought zone here, and it's still moving up, right? So I need to wait for the stochastic to move up and down, right? MACD also moving kind of sideways, you know. I mean, I had an entry, it was not the best, right? Not the best because we are in December and volatility is slowly slowing down, but I had a signal to enter here, right? The black line crossed the red line. Candlestick formation, well, check on the day the MACD, on the day that the MACD crossed, right? So what I'm looking for, let me see the, what was the day, let me check, what was the day, week 24, so December, November, what was this, November, no, December the 2nd, okay, December the 2nd happened the bullish engulfing candle, right, and happened the EMA crossover and the bullish candlestick formation. I didn't have the stochastic though. Time to shine with the crowns. I don't understand how we can enter on the Fibs if it's only a 75 confirmed trend. Time to shine. Don't mix trends with crowns, my friend. Okay? Don't mix trends with crowns. We learned about this time to shine. Okay? We have real crowns, we have full crowns. Don't. Everybody, time to shine, listen to me. Let's open EuroCAD weekly chart. EuroCAD weekly chart. Okay, and let's maybe EuroCAD daily chart. Okay, EuroCAD daily chart, everybody. Okay, now structure, extension, retracement, extension. Now this is the trend: higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, lower lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. This is the trend. Time to shine, and everybody else who is thinking similarly. Okay, now in between those highs and lows and the short-term extension and retracements, we are going to have crowns. I mean crown reversals. Okay, so don't mix crown reversals with trends, everybody. Okay, crown reversals, again, this is not a lesson, we learned about this. Crown reversals are projections, right? We learned about the Fibonacci's, we learned about the confirmed C, and on top of the confirmed C now we are throwing the crown reversal, right? But crown reversal, when it makes a higher high, everybody, it's not a trend. Don't mix apples with bananas. Oh, but it's all fruit. Yes, it is, but don't mix. This is an apple, this is a banana. Okay, it's not the same. Okay, everybody, going back to the and please do ask questions. Thank you, time to shine. Hello, Annie. Please do ask question, everybody. Okay, so we had the crown on the daily chart. We had the MACD. We didn't have. I mean, I didn't have the stochastic, right? So I had the bullish candlestick formation. Okay, now on December, between December the 2nd and December the 3rd, right? Oh, Canada JPY. Okay, let's close the EuroCat. So let's go on Canada JPY 2-hour chart. And December, okay, 2-hour chart. November, December the 2nd. So this was the crown. This was the crown, right? Left tip, center tip, right tip. This was the crown. And if we scroll down, everybody, between December 2 and 3, right? So this is the bullish candle here. This is the bullish candle, right? So I should wait, right? Because the bullish candle happened on December the 3rd, after the crown appeared, right? So for me in order to enter, this was not the signal, everybody. This was not the signal. If I would enter here, I would enter prematurely according to my strategy, because this is the bullish engulfing candle from the daily chart, right? So I need to wait for another signal, right? And again, before I'm going to enter, I need to check. So no entry for me here. Now I do have, not the best one, but I have some kind of entry, right? It's happening right now as we speak. The EMA is crossing. Okay, so if the violet line is going to cross the green line and the candle is going to finish, is going to end bullish, before I enter, I need to check what, everybody? Remember we talked about direction and timing. Before I enter, what do I need to check? What do you think? There is no right or wrong. You can say, oh, you need to check all the indicators again, you need to check just the MACD, you need to check the candlestick formations. And again, everybody, if you don't like indicators, you don't need to use them, right? You can go just with the Fibonacci on both time frames, or you can use crowns if you want on both time frames, no problem. Now, what is difficult, everybody, for the beginner trader is this one. You have all the reasons on the daily, right? You have all the reasons on the daily, but when you are going to check the smaller time frame, especially the 2-hour chart, the 1-hour chart, sometimes they are going to be in the opposite direction. And here, beginner traders, they lose confidence, everybody. And when it's just an example, when the EMA crosses, beginner traders, they don't enter, right? And you are going to ask me, Passion, but how can I enter? The market's making lower lows, lower highs. What's the answer? Well, the EMA cross is a part of your strategy. So if you're going to use indicators, that's why we're talking today, what is your strategy, part 7. If you're going to use indicators, you should not be worried about the lower lows and lower highs on the 1 hour, 2 hour, 15-minute time frame. EMA cross, if you have everything, now again, you must have the MACD, the stochastic, the candlestick formations, and the Fibonacci's. You should have everything in place on the higher time frame. Yes, time to shine, correct. Right? If you have everything in place on the higher time frame, and the higher time frame controls the smaller time frame, so what's the problem? And here is where a lot of beginner traders, they don't enter, right? They wait. What do they wait for? Well, they wait for the market to finally reverse and start to make higher highs and higher lows, right? So most likely they enter on the next one, right? But then what's the problem? This is one of the reasons, everybody, why beginner traders lose money. When they enter on the next one on the smaller time frame, the indicators from the daily chart may be over, you know. So you want to buy here on the 1 hour chart, on the 50-minute chart, right? And you see a beautiful counter trendline break, you know, and you have a bullish candlestick formation, right, on the 1 hour chart. But on the daily, maybe stochastic is over, maybe MACD is over, maybe your Bollinger Bands are over, or maybe your bullish candlestick formation, right, that appeared before, reversed, like in here, reversed from bullish to bearish, right? And because the swings on the higher time frame are bigger, you are going to enter long, and many times you are going to lose. The market is going to make another correction, right? True or true, everybody? And you're going to say, well, what the heck, you know, we didn't have a confirmed C. No, it's not the confirmed C. You did not enter where you should enter, according to the indicators. And of course, if the market does not have a confirmed C, right, when it has, it's going to increase the probability, but still you are going to be late to the party, everybody. The train has left the station, and if you wait too much, you can still re-enter, of course, but your risk reward is going to change. George is saying the indicator gives a signal when there is some reversal, at least mathematically. Sometimes what is seen in mathematics is not easily observable by eye. Yes, sir. So what is your strategy, everybody? Who in here is going to use indicators? Let's make a poll. Who in here, everybody, is going to use indicators? It doesn't need to be the stochastic, it doesn't need to be the MACD, it doesn't need to be the RSI, whatever. Who in here is changing or improving the strategy and is using indicators, or on the smaller time frame or on the higher time frame, you know? And my Fibonacci dog is barking. Something's happening in the market. Okay, so this is Canada JPY. We are going to check another one. We're going to open Euro GBP daily chart. So templates, open. We're going to open Euro GBP daily chart and Euro GBP, the 2 hour chart or the 4 hour chart. Euro GBP daily chart, there you go. And we're going to open Euro GBP. Open Euro GBP. Euro GBP. Oh, time to shine. And I told that I'm going to show you my dogs, right? One time, you know. Ichi and Euro GBP 4 hour chart, okay. Ichi and Fibo. Euro GBP daily chart. Okay, Euro GBP 4 hour chart. Okay, so let's see, we have an up AB Fibonacci, we have a confirmed C, right? Now, before going long, what is your strategy? I have the same strategy. Bullish candlestick formation, right? We are here. Bullish candlestick formation. I need to delete these indicators from here and delete the MACD. What is this? Stochastic. Okay, still okay, right? And I want to see stochastic, and I want to see the MACD. Yes. Time to shine. Ha ha ha. Great. So I don't have an entry right now from the daily chart, right? I don't have bullish candlestick formation. I don't have the MACD crossing up. The only indicator I do have is the stochastic. So it doesn't matter. I'm not even considering the lower time frame because I don't have the reasons to enter from the bigger time frame. So Euro GBP, it's a projection, right? We are waiting the market to reverse finally, but I don't have anything to say, oh, let's go long right now. And he says, I'm going to use RSI not for decision but for more confidence. Annie, would you be so kind and explain further? Why do you mean that you are using RSI not for decision but for more confidence? Stoyan, are you here, Stoyan, in the webinar? Stoyan, are you in the webinar? And he's saying, I'm going to use RSI not for decision but for more confidence. What do you mean? And remember, everybody, there is no right or wrong. Okay, so Canada's JPY, Euro GBP. Let's open another one. Let's open Euro JPY. Euro. I'm just going aleatory. Euro JPY. Let's open templates. Open template. Everybody, question. Euro New Zealand is up or down? Everybody, we're going to open Euro JPY first. Euro New Zealand is short or long? Euro JPY, let me see if this one. Okay, this is Euro JPY. What about Euro New Zealand? And remember, everybody, the most important thing from your strategy is direction. If you get your direction wrong, nothing is going to help you. You're going to lose. So whatever strategy you have, whatever indicators are you using, you should, number one, be clear on the direction. Euro JPY 4 hour chart. Okay, let's open. And we are going to disable. And again, Euro JPY. Let's see, Euro JPY 4 hour chart. I'm going to delete this one, and this one, and this one. Delete this one. Right. Okay, let's check Euro JPY. Miguel is saying, besides Fibonacci, I use Stohastic at 1 week and daily simultaneously for an entry decision. Wow, Miguel, congratulations. Miguel, would you be so kind and say to others, is it working? Is it not working? Is it working most of the time? It's not working most of the time. It's a good tool for entries. And he's saying, when I want to go in the market and the RSI value is too high long, then I do not take the trade. Oh, so you are using the RSI to stay out. It's a nice tool, right? And then would you be so kind and talk to others and say what is your experience? Does the RSI work most of the time when not to enter? Is the RSI not working most of the time? Miguel says it does not work most of the time. See everybody? Miguel, when the stochastic does not work, what do you do? Do you close the trade? Do you stay in the trade? What do you do? So, Euro JPY daily chart. And remember, we talked about in the previous lessons about the strategy. The strategy must have an entry, right? Rules for entry, rules for trade management, everybody, and rules for exits. Right? Now again, this is Euro JPY daily chart, and again, right? Crown. Do we have a crown? This is the smaller structure. So do we have a crown, right? Higher highs, higher lows. So we have a small crown. Left tip, center tip, right tip, crown, right? What about the indicators? I want to see the stochastic and I want to see, so this is the stochastic, this is the MACD, right? Okay, and the first Fibonacci is over. So just for the purpose of this exercise, right, I'm going to delete this one. The Fibonacci on the crown, right, would be like here. There you go, Fibonacci on the crown, bullish candlestick formations and MACD and stochastic. So there was no trade. I'm going to change transparency. There was no bullish candlestick formation, no bullish candlestick formation, no, bam, there you go. I'm going to delete even this one, delete. So here it happened, right? It happened, what was the day? It happened on October the 6th. It happened, the bullish candlestick formation, and again the stochastic maybe already, and oh man, what is this? A tank. When I want, it does not work. I ignore the stochastic, Miguel says. I have till now no statistic, but it gives me a better feeling and guaranteed no loss. Wow, Annie, it's a dangerous word. Guaranteed no loss. Okay, you can you can use it, no problem, but be careful when you say to traders, oh, it's the RSI guarantees no loss, you know. So from the daily chart, everybody, I have the bullish candlestick formation, right? I don't have the stochastic and I don't have the MACD. So I'm going to wait a little bit, right? So the market went up, right? The market went up in here. The question is, should I enter or not? Just because of the bullish candle, because I don't have the indicators, right? And the answer is, everybody, no, I'm not entering. Oh, Passion, but the market went up. Yes, it did, but sometimes it doesn't, right? And we are going back always to the same point, everybody. If you are going to use indicators, you must use them, you must listen to them. Otherwise, there is no point that you have indicators on the chart. George says, I don't use indicators. I read the news and I observe the price action. This is intuitively similar to the RSI indicator. I think I need to check past resistance, which is ignored by indicators too. Great. Everybody, all of you have different strategies, right? How is your trading doing? Everybody, how is your trading doing? Are you profitable month by month by month? It doesn't matter, half percent, 1%, 3%, 50%, you know. How is your trading doing, everybody? Most of the traders are not consistent. And there is no shame in that, everybody. This is completely normal. We talked about this already. It's not uncommon to have 5 years traders, 6 year traders, 7 year traders with no success. And we are talking about strategy right now, so each and every one of you have different strategies. How is your trading doing? Are you profitable month by month by month? Or are you 1 month you are positive, the next month you are negative, the next 2 months you are positive again, the third month you are losing again? Miguel says profitable since May 2019. Wow, congratulations, Miguel. Please type in the chat your strategy. It will, everybody, if you are profitable, it's nice if you write in the chat your strategy. So for the other beginners traders to see, to compare, you know. And it says when you are not in the market you cannot lose. Oh, this is where you guarantee. Okay, I got you. Okay. I got you. Yes, and you are correct. Okay, when you are not in the market you cannot lose. George saying, I think the entry is okay, works more than 50%, but I need to improve the trade management and psychology. Great. George and Miguel, would you be so kind and Danny and share what is your entry strategy? What things are you using? What things aren't you using? So for the other traders can see, they can compare, you know, they can check. So in the meantime, everybody, I'm going to talk about the Euro JPY. Euro JPY, so this was not an entry for me, and the market went up, right? Market went up, and then reversed, so no entry for me. Reversed, MACD reversed, no entry for me. Stochastic, market reversed, no entry for me, right? Now, no entry for me, right? Still no entry, still no entry. And we are here right now. We are here right now. Right? So, of course, 1 plus 1 plus 1, but maybe this was an entry. Right? I had a bullish candlestick formation with the stochastic in the place. Right? Stochastic in place, but MACD, I used it for direction, was falling down, right? Now, what is the most important? What was the day? The day was 14th of November. Let's see if I had an entry on 14th of November. October, September, October, November. Okay? 14th. 7, 9, 12, 13, 14. There you go. So this would be an entry, everybody. If you are going to use indicators, right? So it's not the best, but still it's a good probability. Where is the circle? So I would enter in here, right? This is my strategy. What is your strategy, part 7? I want to see on the daily chart, of course, together with the direction and the Fibonacci. I want to see a crown, I want to see stochastic, I want to see MACD, and I want to see the candlestick formations. So I have 3 out of 4 on the daily chart, but most important, I'm going to enter on the 4-hour chart with the EMA cross. So this was an entry, right? EMA cross, stop loss or trend line, right? Or the candlestick formation, it doesn't matter. We're talking about entries today. And of course, I need to manage my trade. And we are here right now, right? So, of course, I need to manage the trade, but this was a nice entry. And again, everybody, what I want you to understand and take from this lesson, if you are going to use indicators, remember, you don't have the crystal ball, and when the EMA cross happens, this is a beginner mistake. If you are going to use indicators, you should enter, right? But many of the beginner traders, they don't trust, right? They lack self-esteem, and they are hesitating, you know. Oh man, but it's making lower lows, lower highs. We are in a downtrend, right? Mixing the downtrend. We are not in a downtrend, right? You have 3 out of 4 on the daily chart, everybody, and you have EMA cross on the 4-hour chart. You should enter. This is your strategy, right? If you are, and again, what is important, and we're talking about psychology right now, if you are going to doubt, double doubt, triple doubt yourself, you aren't going anywhere, right? What is going to give you confidence, everybody? You need to backtest your indicators and backtest your strategy. So if you're going to, and this is part of the work the majority of traders, they are not willing to do. Open a demo account and trade the strategy, trade the indicators, experiment on the demo account. When you are going to have 9 wins out of 10, 8 wins out of 10 in an uptrend or in a downtrend, then you have a strategy. What's the next level? You should stop thinking. You have the indicators, you have the strategy, trade what you see. The EMA cross appeared, enter. Oh, but it's down, to enter. Oh, but it's lower lows, lower high, enter. You know? And if you see, everybody, yourself that you are not entering, so erase the indicators from the chart. Now, why is that? Because indicators, if you are not using them, are going to confuse you. Because you have EMA is just an example, could be MACD, Stochastic, RSI, Bollinger Bands, you know, Parabolic SAR, whatever. The entries, and they are going to, you are going to see indicators giving you signals always. Right? Now, what's the problem? The problem is if you don't use them correctly, you are going to hesitate to enter. You know, oh, I'm going to use, you can say, I'm going to use the Fibonacci, but I'm going to have the MACD just to see the direction, you know, and then the Fibonacci is going to tell you, oh, let's go long, and the MACD, like in here, everybody, this is a nice example, the Fibonacci is telling you, let's go long, but the MACD, right, is going to show you this, like downtrend, right? And you are going to hesitate to enter. So one last time, everybody, if you are not going to use indicators, erase them. Don't put it on the chart. You are going to mess with your head and with your psychology. Miguel is saying his strategy: candlestick formation, counter, trend break, Fibonacci, structure break, extension, crowns, Short-term trend, risk reward list 1 for 2, support and resistance. Wow! Thank you, Miguel. See everybody, this is Miguel's strategy and he is profitable from May. No losing months in between. Time to shine. What about counter trendline break? Time to shine, it's just an example. Okay? It's just an example. Today's title is more, we talked about how to implement the indicators in your strategy if you want. And of course you can have a counter trendline break part of your strategy. Okay? But the most important for you to understand is that you can have different indicators signaling you entries or direction from different time frames. And he says, since I follow your course, I am more certain of my actions. I make much more profitable trades, but I still do not make a constant positive result month after month. Okay, Annie, great. What can you improve, Annie? As George said, maybe you need to analyze trade management, maybe you need to analyze exits, you know. Entries are relatively easy, right? Miguel says trade interceptor is free backtesting, Forex tester 3 is expensive backtesting. Thank you, Miguel. Everybody, Miguel is saying some tools if you want to use. Time to shine. How many parameters is too many? Answer: when you don't enter most of the time. Great question, time to shine. So to answer to you, right? So how many parameters are too many, right? Answer. If you have 10 opportunities, and you enter only 5, you have too many parameters. Okay? If you have too many parameters, everybody, it's going to be analysis paralysis. So how many parameters are too many? If you have 10 opportunities to enter and you entered only 5, you have too many. Right? Sometimes the MACD is not going to be positioned right, sometimes the MACD, sometimes the RSI, sometimes you are going to have the EMA crossover but without the crown, sometimes you are not going to have the confirmed C, sometimes the daily Fibonacci is going to be opposite to the 2-hour chart, you know. You need to take all of this in consideration. Okay, time to shine. If you have 10 opportunities and you enter only 5, you have too many parameters. Okay? And of course somebody on the other platform is saying, oh, but I don't want to risk. You are going always to have risk, everybody. It's a game of probabilities. If you have 12 indicators on the chart, it's too much, you know, because of course you are going to count 1 plus 1 plus, oh, I need to have 7, you know, it's too much. You have 12 indicators and you want to see 7 to have a better chance, a better probability. It's too much, you know. This I can tell you, everybody, all of my friends that I know, the professional traders, are using 1, 2, 3 maximum. 1, 2, 3, no more than 3, and 3 is a lot. Most of them are using, you know, price movement, structure, pivot points, but talking about indicators, they are using 1, 2, maybe 3. But I can tell you, nobody, not even one of my friends, is using 5, 6, 7. You know? And of course, what's challenging, there is no right or wrong. You know, I'm using MACD as a direction on the monthly and weekly. Maybe you don't like MACD. You know, because in the end we are talking about psychology and perception, you know. You can say, oh, I'm going to use MACD or Stochastic or RSI, and you are going to have a different result in the end. Why is that? Because your perception of the indicator is different than mine, is different than Miguel's, is different than Annie's, is different than George's, is different than Time to Shine's. Would you say that are all equal to each other and no one is greater than other? Time to Shine, I have no idea. Okay, I don't know the answer because I'm not an expert on indicators. But I'm going to ask Stoyan next time. He's a programmer, he's studying in the university, he's doing a mastery on indicators, you know. Miguel, is Crown and EMA cross similar tool? No, it's not. It's not, Miguel. Sometimes you are going to have a crown and the EMA is going in the opposite direction. Okay, Miguel? It's not. Okay, one more, everybody. Euro New Zealand. Euro New Zealand. You should be short on Euro New Zealand, everybody. And remember, these webinars are not trading or investment advice. Okay. Euro New Zealand. And remember, as a beginner trader, Euro New Zealand daily chart, you need to, whoops, not rewrite, more templates open. You need to address, everybody, the long-term direction with the timing. Okay? Some of you are screaming, no, but the Fibonacci is up and the structure is up and everything else is up. Euro New Zealand daily chart. You should be short on Euro New Zealand, everybody. Euro New Zealand. See the arrow? Short. So let's open Euro New Zealand. Let me see. Templates. Miguel says okay. So Euro New Zealand, let's open a smaller time frame. Let me see, what do I have here? Euro New Zealand daily, monthly, weekly, 4-hour chart. Okay. Euro New Zealand is short, everybody. Okay. Most likely we are locked in the sideways channel. Okay, so short. Short term. Market's making lower lows, lower highs. Right? Now, let's see the indicators. Well, before going short again, and Time to Shine says, well, let's use the counter trendline break. Okay, this is going to be the counter trendline break. Right? Now, let's open the daily chart first. And let's see the indicators, everybody. Okay, and the chart. So entry, where was the entry? And the indicators. This was an entry here, Stochastic, entry number 1, and it was together with the MACD, and it was together with the bearish candlestick formation. So this example, this aligned. Hello Taro, how are you? This aligned together, right? But nonetheless we had more, right? If you're going to use counter trendline break. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, you know. Here was another entry, and Stochastic, another entry. But again, MACD, it's not, I'm not using MACD for entries, I'm using it for direction, right? So still, this was a trade that I would take, right? Now, what happened next? Where there were 3 counter trendline breaks. 1, 2 if you want, and one more, 3, right? But indicator stochastic was not in the oversold zone, so I would not enter, right? And yeah, maybe with the MACD, okay, because it's moving, right? It's retracement, extension, retracement, extension. But most importantly was on the 4-hour chart. Let's open the 4-hour chart. Remove all indicators. So remove. Look in here, everybody. 4-hour chart. When you have your direction right, everybody, entry, EMA cross from the upside down, not downside up, right? Entry here, right? When you have your direction right, everybody, entry again. You know, sometimes the EMA cross is going to show you a retracement, sometimes it's going to cross, you know. And if you're using counter trendline breaks, counter trendline break, you can make this your strategy. I'm going to enter with the EMA cross on the small time frame together with the counter trendline break. Why not? But remember, if you have a counter trendline break but you don't have the EMA cross, you are not entering. And thank you, Annie saying my strategy is counter trendline break, Fibonacci, structure break, extension, short-term trend, risk reward list 1 for 1. Annie, listen to me, listen to me. Risk reward must be at least 1 per 2. Okay, maybe this is going to increase your strategy. 1 for 1 is not enough. Okay, support and resistance, I must take less risk and higher the yes, exactly. And when the trade is not profitable, reanalyze the pair and close the trade when in doubt. Well, yes and no, everybody. If you have analyzed correctly the market and you enter into a trade, you know, leave the trade. Don't mess with the trade. Okay? Oh, but the market is reversing. Yes, sometimes the market is not going in our direction. It's normal. Okay? And when you are analyzing your strategy, everybody, and when you are writing in your journal, you should be aware and see and check the market. You know, sometimes the market is going to go against you and you are going to get worried and you are going to close the trade prematurely. This is a beginner mistake. You know, you enter into a trade and the market starts going against you, you know, like in here, and you are in the red and you lose patience and you close the trade. And what happens as soon as you close the trade? The market finally reverses and goes your way. True or true, everybody? Happens all the time, especially with beginner traders, right? Happens all the time. You enter into a trade and the market is reversing, going against you, and you lose patience and you get frustrated and worried and you are thinking, why should I lose 0.5%? Why should I lose 1%? And you close the trade. As soon as possible you close the trade, what happens? The market reverses and goes your way. All the time, yes sir. So one big part of your strategy, everybody, is to analyze your behavior. You know, it happens all the time. What is surprising to the beginner traders is it's not the strategy. Many times the strategy is not the problem. We are the problem, you know. Many times the strategy is not the problem. We are the problem. Okay, why is that? Because we mess with the trade. The stop loss was up in here, right? And just because the market went against us, we closed in here, and as soon as we closed, the market reversed and went our way. So a big part, everybody, of how to improve your trading is to analyze yourself. Okay, of course you should analyze the strategy, but you should also analyze yourself. How many times did you mess with your trade? What did the market do after you closed the trade? What systems or procedures can you implement for you not to mess with the trade? That's a crown reversal, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, everybody, our time is up. Rakesh is coming next. See you back tomorrow. Until tomorrow, stay strong and trade with passion. This is FXPassion signing off.